Hey everybody, Al here from BC Extreme Outdoorsman. Today is May 23rd and I am at the North Thompson River here with the Solar 470 Superjet, and we're going to head out onto the river. It's hard to tell how high the river actually is. It's definitely still up, but I'm hoping to run Lois Creek again today, and as well as the Barriere River, and then just take it easy today. It's just a beautiful day, as you can see, very few clouds in the skies, and yeah, for those of you who don't know, I had the Tohatsu in the shop. I was actually had a bad ticking noise and I didn't know what it was, and I just happened to be talking to the guy at Tohatsu. I can't remember why I even called him, and he told me that it was the low pressure fuel pump, so I got that changed right away. Big thank you to Robbins Marine here in Kamloops, and a big thank you to Tohatsu. They got that pump shipped within 2 days, and didn't really miss any days of jet boating. So it's going to be kind of a test day today as well, just to make sure that it's all good. We checked the fuel pressures. Fuel pressures were in specs. I believe the low pressure fuel pump puts out 3 to 5 psi, and you want nothing below 40 psi on the Schrader valve that's under here, and we actually got 45 psi at idle, so I think we're good to go. We'll just have to test it and see how she does. So stay tuned for some video on the Lois Creek and Barriere River. Alright everyone, welcome back to another video. Today is part one of, I believe it's a 3-part series. The water conditions were just so good going up the Barriere River, and we went farther than we ever went before, so I included all the footage. It's pretty good. This here is just a little channel off the North Thompson River, just playing around, testing the motor. No, I'm way behind on editing videos. This was actually quite a while ago when I first got my motor back, and it's still acting up. And I haven't narrowed down to a few possible things, and I have to take it out and test it here probably today, which is actually June 22nd. But I'm just going to play around here a bit on the North Thompson before we head up the Barriere. Lois Creek is too low already at this point to be going up anymore for the season, so it's a real short window for that creek. Going through some skinny stuff here, touching here and there, which is all good. When my motor acts up, you will hear it, I think. I'll let you guys know. So I pull in here because my seat came undone, and if you look on the shore right there, there's a deer laying there. I almost think she was getting ready to give birth or something because she didn't care, and we're only like 10 feet from her. So I just slowly backed out of there and left her alone. There's a better shot of her. You can see her laying there. Every once in a while you can see her tail move. So yeah, she didn't get up and we didn't disturb her, which is a good thing. I just went to another part of the beach to fix my seat. Continuing our way up to the Barriere River. So basically my motor, what it does from half to high throttle, it starts sputtering and stuff. And if I let off on the throttle or shut it off and restart it, it's good for a while. So that's telling me that it's a fuel issue. So here we are heading up the Barriere River. I know a lot of this stuff is repetitive, but it changes from week to week. The water still is fairly high here, but it did come down a lot, and I will be avoiding a lot of rocks on the way down. Made it challenging, kind of going in and out of them like a slalom course. I did hit, I believe, maybe 3 to 6 times coming down. A couple times really good, and that was due to me having to come off step. due to high waves, but you'll see that in part 2 or 3. So back to the motor. So when it starts sputtering at half to full throttle, which is telling me that it's a fuel issue. Now I'm going to purchase a fuel pressure gauge and put it on the Schrader valve. Like I say, it should get 40 to 45 psi and see what it's doing when it's sputtering. When it is sputtering, I try to pump the ball and that changes nothing. Letting off on the throttle is about the only thing that changes it, makes it change, and that's telling me that possibly I'm having issues keeping that BST full. And I just got a new low pressure pump, so possibly it's the low pressure pump again. But I've got a few other things to check first. Like I did drain my hose and everything and the whole fuel system, but I'm going to use another fuel tank. I made sure that the fuel tank was venting properly. I had the fuel cap almost right off, so it was getting air. The ball pretty much feels hard when I pump it when it's sputtering, so I don't think it's a fuel issue to the motor itself, so it's got to be from the low pressure pump on. Could be a few other things like the high pressure pump. It could be the needle valve being dirty inside the VST. It could also be the filter inside the VST, but I highly doubt all that because the motor's only got 100 hours on it, and I am really anal about using clean fuel and keeping everything clean. So I'm almost guessing it's the low pressure pump again, but we will see. Like I said, this is pretty repetitive for all of you guys that watch my videos. But once we get farther up, we hit some pretty good water. It's a lot of fun. I almost think on this day I could have made it all the way to the North Barriere Lake. I also talked to a lady that lives on the river. I stopped for a break and I was going to turn around, and it was her property, and she came out and we talked, and she said you possibly could make it all the way to the lake. I think the motor is doing its bogging down now at this point. See me looking. It gets way worse. This isn't bad. If anybody have any ideas, let me know in the comments. When it does it, I just kind of back down, and that way I feel like the pumps can keep up. But when I really need the throttle, I don't need it acting up like that. I can't remember the date of this. It's in June. It's probably close to a month after Rob and I ran it. As you can tell, if you watched my last video when Rob and I ran it, the water is down considerably, probably a foot or more. So it's exposing a lot more rocks. And I just went up it a couple days ago again, and I won't basically go past the spot I'm at now. It's just a big rock garden. So the motor's not acting up as bad as it can right now, or will. But it just does worry me. Obviously something's not right. and it needs to be fixed. But if I take it to a shop, he's like a month behind, so I pretty much got all the diagnosing myself. And yes, it's under warranty, but he's just too busy right now. Always trying to take the inside corners. That's where you'll find your most water, unless I want to have fun. But other than that one problem, man, she sure rips pretty good. The other day I actually had the boat up to 55 kilometers an hour, which is another record. It just, I don't know, that day it just cruised, but I still had that issue. I don't even think in this video I get the complete video of us going upstream. We'll still continue on in part 2. I'd also like to thank all you that have been watching my videos and subscribing. My channel's really been taking off in the last couple of videos, especially the Pit River ones. Thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate it and watching. It's a tough go nowadays on YouTube. It really helps me out. I just want to thank you guys immensely. If you look on the shores of the river here, there's not much area to pull over in case you need to or want to, so when you do find a spot and you feel like you want to break it or have to relieve yourself, you better stop, because you never know when the next one might be up, and you don't want to stop on somebody's private property to do that. So yeah, the window for this river going up this high is pretty short as well. Pretty much just a month. Basically beginning of May till beginning of June. Then the water flow slows down a lot, and just too many rocks showing. There's lots of rocks showing today. So I was a little nervous going down, but it all worked out well. In other words, I didn't break anything. Did have some pretty good impacts, but a lot of people ask me having power trim if I'm worried about breaking anything. I was at first, but it's been almost 2 years. Running very hard, got 100 hours on the motor now. And so far so good, no leaks. I check everything all the time. I check the transom. After every run, I go underneath the boat and look for any damage that I do to the boat, and so far it's good. I have had to put 2 patches on of TPU, and they were just precautionary patches. Nothing was leaking. Just had a couple little tears, not really tears, just scratches, I guess, deep scratches. One was for moose hunting last year, and it was near the front of the boat, so I'm not sure how I did that, probably bringing it on the beach. And the other one was on the clear water when I got sucked into the rocks there going upstream. So I found out this bridge has been there since 1986. And it connects one property to another. I won't say much more due to privacy of the landowners. It's just beautiful up there. It'd be a nice place to retire. Now this was my fault, hitting that rock. Just wasn't paying enough attention, and if I was really worried about it, I would have took a different line. I would have took it wider, but I wanted to play in the shallows. believe on this total trip, go almost 10 kilometers up the Barriere River here, and that's 2.5 kilometers farther than Rob and I went. Rob and I could have went further, but he was low on fuel, and we were heading to the coast that day too, so time was limited on this river. I really would like to pack a sleeping bag and a tent and head up here one day in May or early June and see how far I can make it. Try to make it all the way to the Barriere River, or sorry, Barriere Lake, North Barriere Lake. So we're gonna find a spot up ahead here. I believe it's private property. No house, I think somebody just owns it, but that I don't know for sure. But we stopped there and have a bite to eat, and I think I looked at the motor as well, but the spot we stop at is just full of butterflies. I believe they're not monarch, but tigers, swallows, whatever butterflies. big butterflies with yellow wings, and there was just hundreds and hundreds of them. This is the spot here. So I'm gonna stop here and check it out, and I'm gonna show you guys all the butterflies as well. So time to stop. We're quite a ways up the Barriere River right now, and we just found a sanctuary here full of butterflies. Check this out. First drove up, they were flying all over the place, but then they settled down. Butterflies everywhere. We're just having a bite, then we're gonna continue on. My motor's acting up. It'll run, like it's losing power, but then it catches again. I don't know what the hell. I might take the cowling off and have a look here and just see what's up. But right now we're gonna have a bite to eat and then continue on. All right, so obviously I checked under the cowling, I didn't see anything. No leaks or anything, but like I said, that's still in the process of trying to figure that out. When I find it out, I'll let you guys know, and maybe it'll help some of you viewers out there with an issue you might have. So here we are heading back up. Just kind of tapping our light here at first. What's really cool in this river, I like it when you come around the corner and all you see is white. It's just, I don't know how else to say it, but epic. I'm surprised how far houses are up here. Like when you come around the corner here and you just look ahead and it's all white water. Or the glare from the sun, and it's hard to pick your line. It's just, you gotta focus. Normally I'd want to take the left side there where it's a little calmer, but that big log or tree hanging out kind of dictated where I was going to go on that one. I wonder how the fishing is in here. I imagine it's pretty good. The boat works good when it wants to, but I think there's definitely a fueling problem. Alright, so I'm kind of going to come to the end of this video here. It's going to stop midstream, but I'll continue on in part 2. I like to keep the videos around 20 to 25 minutes. Don't want to bore you guys, but this river is pretty fun and quite epic. Camera does not do it justice, like I say, but make sure you like, subscribe, notifications so you don't get a notification when the next part 2 is going to be posted. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care, be safe, and again, thank you very much for all the support in the last 2 videos in the Pitt River. It's greatly appreciated, and take care, everybody, and be safe.